Learning and teaching has been disrupted for the past 3 weeks at least 27 schools in the Bushbuckridge area. That comes as SADTU members protest what they describe as the unjustified transfer of a school principal. Concerned parents have written to Education MEC Kathy Dlamini urging her to intervene as their children continue to miss valuable schoolroom or classroom time. According to them, pupils are currently only attending school for around 3 hours a day. Joining me now to unpack this further is Walter Hlaise, the SADTU's Mpumalanga Provincial Secretary. Walter, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it. Wanted to ask if you could please share, share the correct statements here. Is it correct, 27 schools that it is that you're protesting at, and it is in relation to a principal that has been transferred to a particular school because of what you feel is a personal relationship?
Well, good morning, sir. I think that the true picture is that the branch of SADTU in that area of Mpumalanga has been raising concerns about the conduct of the second manager of that area over a period of time. And the department has been very slow to react to these concerns raised by the members of the union. Some of the concerns that they've raised around issues of how the second manager is handling issues of promotion and transfers, and that she normally will favor people that she knows. So those are the allegations that have been raised over a period of time.
Okay.
And now the union has then said now the department is really not doing anything about this, despite the fact that these matters have been raised over a long period of time. So that's why we saw last week the members of our branch in that area embarking on some form of protest just to make the department to act on these things.
So just to confirm then, it's not about these principals' credentials though, but it's about this being a personal relationship in which the circuit manager keeps on appointing a personal friend per se to these schools. Is that the notion?
Yes, that you know, there's a pattern of behavior, as per the allegations, that there's a pattern of behavior that they've noted over time, and it needs to be investigated.
Why disrupt 27 schools in the area then?
Well, it's not necessarily disrupting because yes, we respect we understand that our core business in schools is to teach these learners, and that's what we have always been clear about, and even now we're still clear about it. There's no intention to disrupt any learning, and whatever has been lost time in terms of that 2 days, 3 days that we saw this action going on will be covered over even next week when others will go on recess, because next week the schools completely, no one is going to school, but the teachers in that area will be recovering the lost time with the learners.
But now they've had to spend that additional time to teach the learners at that stage when they didn't have to because of the 3-4 days that the learning was then disrupted. Why did it have to be the fact that schools needed to then be disrupted? Why not continue to march or make yourselves known and aware at the education department within the province?
Well, the disruption has not been as severe as alleged, perhaps in the media and by other stakeholders. You know, the intention was just to bring the attention of the department to this matter, and we understand that some of the tactics employed by our structure sometimes can be seen as perhaps being disruptive. But the intention is not really to disrupt learning and to compromise teaching and learning. And normally teachers, when there's been even a day of disruption in the school, for whatever reason, some disruptions are not necessarily because of protest action, but by any other thing that could happen. Teachers always recover that, and they know how to do it. And even now, they're making sacrifices just to make sure that, you know, they will cover the curriculum. So within that, at least they are mitigating for the lost tuition time.
Yeah, Walter, I suppose my worry here is that you say the disruption hasn't been as severe as been noted, which means there clearly still has been disruption, whether it's been severe or not, which in itself goes against what it is that I would believe SADTU would be standing for. And then you talk about the sacrifices that then need to now be made to catch up. That in itself is still not helpful to the entire cause of trying to ensure that education is of quality and a higher standard. What has the circuit manager said regarding the allegations put forward that you have made note of?
Well, the department has appointed an investigator, somebody to investigate these allegations. And we're all waiting for the outcome of that investigation. We don't think that trial or investigating things via meetings can assist. So that's why there's a person, a specialist who understands labor law, who has been appointed to look into these allegations.
So you haven't been given anything with regards to that conversation as yet? To that investigation, well, should I say, yes?
Yeah, no, we don't have anything yet. The process is very slow, but we're hoping that it will be concluded very soon. But in the meantime, while the investigation is going on, our members are teaching. They've gone back to their normal duties and are continuing to teach as per the requirement.
So there's no go slow, there won't be any disruption, there won't be any striking action within the province or within any of these 27 schools that are alleged to have been affected by all of this?
Hardly. There's a commitment from our members, and they understand that, because we also emphasize these matters when we speak to them, to say tuition time must not be compromised. We must make sure that the core business of teaching these children is maintained. So there'll be no disruptions while the investigation is going on.
What happens to any members who act contrary to this directive that you've just shared then, who are actually then disruptive on the basis of what it is that SADTU itself has actually put forward, which of course is the unfair, what they believe then is the unfair transfer of a principal to particular schools?
Well, look, if the union says to all its members that this is our core business, this is what we must do, and there's no collective decision by any structure to do things like that, but someone out of their own, start doing this thing, they're no longer acting as a member of SADTU. They're acting now as an individual, and there's always consequent management, either from the union or from the department itself. So anybody who acts outside of that is violating the law, and the law will take its course.
All right. Walter, thank you so much for clearing